In front of a grave, a young man sits. He looks at the grave and softly says, "Old man, I have come to meet you again." Memories of the past flicker in his eyes. When the old man was taking his last breaths, he had said, "Chu Fan, make me 3 promises. First, after my death, protect the village for 5 years. Kill the leader of the demon clan. Then you may leave and never come back. Second, go to the Bai family and marry Bai Lingshan. I have already prepared the marriage contract for you. Third, unless it's life or death, never use your superpower." Now Chu Fan sits before the grave, a wine bottle in his hand. Speaking to the old man, he says, "Old man, I killed the leader of the demon clan." He pours wine over the grave and says, "Now I am leaving the village to fulfill your other wish." He stands up and begins to walk away. "I am going now to marry Bai Lingshan." As he walks deeper into the forest, some people in formal clothes watch him from afar. At the same time, reports are delivered to 3 different figures. "Leader, Miss Seo, we have found that man." The scene shifts. Inside a luxurious office, a golden-haired woman rejects a contract worth tens of billions. She coldly says, "Don't bother me. Prepare the car." Elsewhere, a small blue-haired girl sits while a man kneels before her, begging, "Ma'am, please listen to me." But she replies coldly, "A traitor does not deserve to live. Prepare the car." In another place, a silver-haired girl leads her army in a brutal war against demons. A soldier shouts, "Leader, there are too many demons. We can't kill them all." But she commands, "Dragon Wild Army, follow me. Let's end this battle and go home." The troops charge the demons with fierce resolve. Yet in their hearts, all 3 women speak the same name. "Chu Fan, wait for me." The scene shifts again. Outside the Grand Bai family mansion, Chu Fan arrives at the massive gates. A butler blocks him. "So, you are Chu Fan. Stay right here." Chu Fan is stunned by the wealth and grandeur of the mansion. In his heart, he thinks, "In just 5 years, the Bai family has grown this powerful?" The butler leads him in but speaks rudely. "Don't touch anything, peasant boy." Then he stops him at the entrance. "Stay here, today a special guest is coming. Don't cause trouble." Chu Fan replies, "So this is how you treat a guest?" The butler sneers, "Ha, you are just a country bumpkin. Do you really think you deserve the same treatment?" At that moment, Bai Lingshan appears with another young man. The man smiles and says, "Lingshan, the 100 Taste Pavilion has a new famous dish. Come with me to try it." When they step outside and see Chu Fan, Lingshan asks, "What are you doing here?" Chu Fan answers firmly, "I came to fulfill my engagement with you." The young man's face twists with anger. He rushes forward and kicks Chu Fan. "What engagement? You are just trash. How dare you even think of marrying Lingshan?" Chu Fan is about to strike back, but the old man's words echo in his mind. No, the old man said never attack ordinary people. So he holds back. The young man mocks him further. "If not for Lingshan's sake, trash like you isn't even worth mocking." Chu Fan slowly rises to his feet. The man declares, "Lingshan, let me teach this garbage a lesson." But Lingshan stops him. She hands Chu Fan the engagement papers and says, "Chu Fan, let's break off this engagement." Chu Fan's rage boils over. He growls, "I never imagined. The old man devoted his entire life to helping the Bai family rise, yet in the end, he only saved ingrates." The arrogant young man stomps on the engagement papers, laughing loudly. "Ha! You're insane. Devoting your life to changing fate? What a joke! That lying old man deserved to die." At those words, Chu Fan snaps. "Say that again if you dare." The man laughs harder. "What can you do? I'll say it again." He slaps Chu Fan and spits. "That lying old man deserved to die." Chu Fan's eyes blaze red with fury. "I'm sorry, old man, but I cannot endure this anymore." Suddenly, boom! A luxury car crashes through the Bai mansion gates. From the car steps several men in suits. And then, a breathtaking golden-haired woman. She surveys the mansion and sneers. "So this is the Bai family? Not as impressive as I thought." When she sees Chu Fan, she smiles warmly. "It's been a long time, junior brother," the arrogant young man shouts. "Who are you? How dare you trespass into the Bai family? Guards! Kill them!" The golden-haired woman only laughs. What a joke. Her body radiates golden energy, whipping into a violent storm. You dared to mock my junior brother? You people deserve death. Golden coins swirl around her, bursting with power. Eat this, she roars, unleashing the storm. The arrogant young man and all the guards collapse to their knees. A bodyguard screams, She's an expert. Young Master Su, run! But young Master Su shrieks in terror. You useless trash! Kill her now! Yet the golden-haired woman only increases the pressure. Just then, the Bai family head rushes out. He saves his people and says, Young lady, using power in Bai family territory, this is a grave disrespect. But then he recognizes her technique. Fortune technique? You must be Huang Fu-yi, the chairwoman of the Huang Fu Consortium. The golden-haired woman smiles proudly. So what if I am? Young Master Su freezes in horror. In his mind, could it be her? The one who, in just 3 years, turned the Huang Fu Consortium into High City's #1 family? The Bai family head instantly changes his tone. Miss Huang Fu, for you to grace our humble Bai family, it is our honor. But she replies coldly. Honor? I did not come here for the Bai family. I only came to see my junior brother. She runs straight to Chu Fan, hugs him tightly, and says, I came only to see you. Chu Fan blushes awkwardly. Senior sister. Young Master Su's face twists with jealousy. For someone like him? Miss Huang Fu, don't you think this is too much? Her eyes turn icy. And who are you? Who gave you the right to speak about my junior brother? Her threatening tone makes the whole hall tremble. She snaps her fingers. Bring it in. Her men carry in chests filled with gold, pearls, and jade. Everyone gasps in shock. She declares, I know the Bai family is in need of money. This should be enough as a gift for my junior brother's marriage. And if you agree to this engagement, you will also receive 5% shares of the Huangfu group. Everyone is stunned by the offer. But then Bai Lingshan steps forward. Miss Huangfu, forgive me, but I cannot accept this. Why are you forcing me to marry a stranger? Miss Huangfu's eyes blazed with anger. Stranger? His grandfather saved your Bai family's life. Chu Fan stepped forward. Did you forget the engagement contract your family signed with my grandfather? Lingshan answered coldly. He did that of his own will. We never forced him. If you truly cared for me, you would want my happiness. Hearing that, Chu Fan's face hardened like stone. I never thought. The old man saved nothing but ingrates. Staring into Lingshan's eyes, he roared. From today, all ties between me and your Bai family are severed. He burned the engagement papers. Miss Huangfu clapped joyfully. Exactly what I expected from my junior brother. As Chu Fan turned to leave, he said, I pray the Bai family prospers. May your family head live a long life. Farewell. Su young master shouted in rage. Insolent brat. Such words are only spoken in mourning. But Chu Fan only laughed and walked away. Miss Huangfu immediately clung to him. Junior brother! Wait for your senior sister! Chu Fan groaned in frustration. Senior sister, please let go. But Huangfu boldly pressed against him. The Bai family doesn't want you. But your senior sister does. Watching them leave, Su young master's face twisted with fury. Grinding his teeth, he cursed. Bastard! Mr. Bai. Before he could finish, Mr. Bai clutched his chest and coughed violently. Grandfather! Lingshan cried in panic. Blood spurted from his mouth. Everyone rushed to him. Lingshan's expression filled with rage and hatred. Chu Fan! How dare you harm my grandfather? She wept, shaking him. Grandfather, speak to me! But his face was pale. He had stopped breathing. Grandfather! Grandfather! The ground seemed to vanish beneath Lingshan's feet. Her grief twisted instantly into fury. Pointing toward the car, she screamed. It was him! He cursed our family head to death! Inside the car, Miss Huangfu sat calmly. She looked at Chu Fan and said, He broke the promise made with your master. What did you think? That there would be no punishment? Lingshan shouted. You harmed my grandfather and now you dare try to escape? I'll make you pay! Kill them! At her command, Bai family guards charged. But Miss Huangfu extended one hand. Trash! Glittering coins shot forth, slicing the air. "Senior sister," Chu Fan muttered softly. Before he could stop her, Huangfu unleashed her coin slash. One by one, the guards screamed and fell to the ground. Su Young Master's face turned pale with terror. "You bastards! Even after harming the Bai family head, you attack us and now want to kill us too?" Lingshan's eyes filled with both tears and rage. She screamed painfully. "Chu Fan! I never thought you would be this kind of man. You harmed my family, killed my grandfather. Are you only happy if I die too?" At her words, Miss Huangfu's gaze fixed on Chu Fan. With a mischievous smile, she asked, "Junior brother, do you want me to kill her?" Chu Fan stayed silent. In his eyes, only deep sorrow flickered. Quietly he said, "I don't want my senior sister to get into trouble because of me." Huangfu's smile widened playfully. "Oh, junior brother, you care so much for me." Chu Fan's face flushed red. "Senior sister, why you're too close." She leaned near his ear, whispering with a laugh. "Blushing so quickly? How cute." Then Chu Fan stepped forward firmly. "I did not harm the Bai family head. He only collapsed because he broke the promise made to the old man. But I can save him." Miss Huangfu instantly supported him. "My junior brother knows some medicine. Why not give him a chance?" But Lingshan exploded with rage. "My grandfather already died because of him. And now you want to let him desecrate the body?" A voice echoed from the crowd. "Let me see." Everyone turned in shock. It was Divine Dr. Ji, the legendary healer of Luoyang. Su Young Master gasped. "They say he can even bring the dead back to life. If he's here, perhaps the Bai family head can be saved." Lingshan fell to her knees before him. "Divine Dr. Ji, please save my grandfather." Dr. Ji checked Mr. Bai's pulse. After a deep sigh, he said, "Alas, his triple burners are extinguished. His vitality is gone. I fear he is truly dead." Just then, Chu Fan's voice rang out. "Then let me try." Dr. Ji's eyes flared with anger. "Boy, how dare you speak in my presence? Do you doubt my medical skills? I have the divine needle. There is still a chance." With a flick of his fingers, 3 shining needles appeared. "Divine needle, activate!" In a flash, the needles pierced Mr. Bai's chest. Suddenly, he coughed violently and regained consciousness. "Grandfather!" Lingshan cried, tears streaming. But Chu Fan calmly said, "His remaining energy is gone. He may not survive long." Dr. Ji barked, "Arrogant brat! What do you know? You just don't want the Bai family head to live." Lingshan roared with fury. "Bastard! You still curse my grandfather to die?" At this moment, Miss Huangfu cut in. "Do you know the name Qin Lung?" Dr. Ji froze. "Qin Lung? Of course. Though young, he is famed across the world. The master of Apricot Forest. Even I am nothing before him." Huangfu smiled proudly, pointing at Chu Fan. "He is Qin Ling's senior brother. Do you think his medical skills are poor?" Everyone was stunned. "What?" But Lingshan stubbornly screamed. "That doesn't change the fact he harmed my grandfather." Suddenly, Mr. Bai spat out another mouthful of black blood. "Grandfather!" Lingshan shouted in horror. Ignoring everyone, Chu Fan rushed forward. "I can still treat him!" Lingshan shrieked. "What are you trying to do?" Chu Fan pressed his palm hard onto Mr. Bai's chest. "If nothing breaks, nothing new can be built." "Stop!" Lingshan screamed. Mr. Bai vomited more black blood. Dr. Ji roared. "It's over! That was his life essence. He's truly gone now." Lingshan unsheathed her sword, eyes blazing with killing intent. "Bastard! Prepare to die!" But her strike was blocked by Huangfu, who wielded a weapon made of coins. "Little girl, not so fast. My junior brother is saving your grandfather. Don't interfere." "Lies! Die!" Lingshan screamed, clashing with her. Just as a fierce battle was about to erupt, a weak but firm voice rang out. "Stop! Do not insult your benefactor!" Everyone froze. Dr. Ji collapsed to his knees in shock. "Impossible! He survived?" Miss Huangfu laughed proudly. "My junior brother truly is amazing." Mr. Bai now looked completely recovered. He said weakly to Chu Fan, "Young Master Chu, thank you for saving me. The Bai family did not break its promise. The engagement still stands. Grandfather. Xuan tried to speak, but Chu Fan cut her off. I cannot accept a family of ingrates. As for the engagement, since you already broke it, there is no need to mention it again. Marrying Bai Xuan was never my goal. I only wanted to fulfill the old man's final wish. Saying this, he turned and left with Huangfu. Outside the mansion, Huangfu smiled at him. Junior brother, what are you thinking about? Prepare the car. We're going to Qinshin Medical Clinic. Let's visit your senior sister, Qin Ling. The car sped off. Chu Fan sat silently. Huangfu teased him with a playful grin. What's wrong? Have you forgotten your senior sister Huangfu already? Chu Fan stammered nervously. And no, it's not like that, She leaned closer, rubbing her foot against his. Then why are you so quiet? Blushing furiously, Chu Fan pleaded. Senior sister, don't. Huangfu laughed. You're so cute. Suddenly, the car jolted to a stop. What happened? The scene shifted. Outside the clinic, a massive crowd had gathered, shouting in anger. The doctor killed people. Destroy his clinic. Give back my husband. A woman was crying as she clung to her son. My life is so hard. This is all because of Dr. Qin. He made my son like this. The crowd roared in anger. Evil clinic. Tear it down. Just then, a beautiful girl walked out of the clinic. This was Qin Ling. Calmly, she asked. What's going on? Let me take a look. But the woman shrieked at her. Let you look. This is all your fault. Qin Ling remained calm. If this is my mistake, then I will take responsibility. But first, let me check his pulse. She knelt down, touched the boy's wrist, and after a moment said firmly, He is not sick at all. The crowd grew even more furious. Quack doctor! She still refuses to admit her mistake. Ever since my son came back from this clinic, he hasn't gotten up once. At that moment, a group arrived and shouted, Qin Ling! Your medical skills are so terrible, yet you still dare to treat people? You don't value human lives at all. The scene shifts. Inside a car, Chu Fan was watching all this. He muttered to himself. What lousy acting, after vomiting blood, how could someone look like that? No, I need to take a closer look. The scene shifts back outside the clinic. Another young woman mocked loudly. Look at this so-called doctor. She won't shed tears until she sees her own coffin. I'll show everyone what real medical skills look like. She pretended to treat the boy, then whispered, Your mother is calling you. Now wake up. Suddenly, the boy opened his eyes, sat up, and asked, Where am I? The crowd gasped in shock. See, this Dr. Su is the real miracle doctor. Qin Ling's clinic only kills people for money. The grieving woman, enraged, lunged at Qin Ling. You evil doctor! I'll kill you! Just as she was about to strike, Chu Fan appeared, caught her hand, and said coldly, Stop. Dr. Su immediately sneered. The proof is right in front of you. Do you still dare to argue? Chu Fan stared at the supposedly healed boy. No. I was just thinking. Something looks crooked here. Hearing this, the fake Dr. Su exploded in rage. You're talking nonsense. Making up lies out of thin air. Chu Fan turned to her and smirked. Yes. Divine Dr. Su, your face too. In that instant, Dr. Su's mouth twisted. One of her eyes shrank smaller. Miss Huangfu burst out laughing. Ha ha! Crooked eyes, crooked mouth. The crowd was stunned. It was real. The woman turned to her son in horror. His mouth too had twisted grotesquely. In fury, she slapped Dr. Su. You dog! You said this was only acting. Why has my son really turned like this? You told us it was just to frame Qin Ling. Why did you harm us too? She and her son began beating Dr. Su violently. Chu Fan only smiled faintly. How pitiful, doctors cannot cure themselves. They must suffer the consequences. Just then, one girl exclaimed in fear. The golden light curse, are you Chu Fan? Chu Fan only smiled and said politely, Hello, senior sister Qin Ling. Immediately, Miss Huangfu wrapped herself around him, giggling. Junior brother is so smart, isn't he? Qin Ling stepped forward too, took Chu Fan's hand, and said, Senior sister, long time no see. Oh yes, I prepared tea. Come in. Before they could go inside, a man came rushing with his daughter in his arms, crying, "Divine Doctor! Please save my daughter! No matter the cost, just save her!" They quickly carried the girl in. The man pleaded, "Spend whatever it takes, just save her." Inside, the doctors checked and said, "She can be saved. But if you had come any later, even we could not have helped." The man sighed in relief. But Chu Fan frowned, sniffed the air, and muttered, "This smell, demonic qi." The doctor began treatment. First, calm her qi flow. But Chu Fan stopped him. The father roared angrily, "What are you doing? My daughter is dying!" He begged another physician, "Divine Dr. Qin, please hurry." But Qin Ling raised her hand. "Calm yourself. This is my junior brother. Let him try." Chu Fan began his treatment, chanting, "For light's broken God, destroy all kinds." He pierced the silver needle like a sword strike into her head. "Ghost collapse!" Suddenly, a small black shadow burst from the girl's body, screeching as it fled. Its cries were so sharp that even the other women stopped what they were doing to look. Chu Fan's eyes hardened. Trying to escape, he struck again. The black shadow screamed and dissolved into nothing. The father wept tears of joy. "Benefactor! Thank you. You saved my daughter's life. The Song family will forever owe you." But Chu Fan warned sternly, "Don't be too happy yet. Tell me, have you offended the Xuan clan recently?" The man shook his head. "No, I am not the type to provoke others." Chu Fan sighed. "The Xuan clan, they are always seeking strange things. If you cross them, they never let go. Be careful." He handed the man a stone. "Take this. If danger comes once more, this will protect you." The man accepted it gratefully. "Thank you." After they left, Chu Fan whispered, "I hope you survive." Meanwhile, Miss Wangfu clung to him again. "Junior brother, you must have suffered. To face so many problems right after coming down the mountain. Come, let senior sister check you." Chu Fan blushed. "Stop it, senior sister." But Qin Ling also grabbed his hand and said, "There's a guest room in the pharmacy. Come rest there." Miss Wangfu pulled him the other way. "Your medicine stinks of herbs. Come relax at my place instead. My car is waiting outside." The two senior sisters began tugging at him. "He's coming with me." "No, with me." Chu Fan sighed helplessly. "Fine. I'll just stay at a hotel." "Absolutely not," both snapped. In the end, Qin Ling pulled him home. "Junior brother, my master taught me advanced calming methods. You'll love them." Miss Wangfu pouted but then smirked. "I too learned from master. Junior brother, let me stay here too, all right?" And so she stayed as well. The other sister sulked in silence. Chu Fan thought bitterly, "I think I should be upset." Later that night, he rested shirtless, though strangely without sweat. Miss Wangfu sniffed. "This pharmacy room doesn't even have an AC. Pathetic." The two senior sisters eyed his body. One said softly, "Your body is too hot." The other smirked. "Nice body indeed." Qin Ling sniffed and retorted, "You have breast hyperplasia. My proportions are perfect." Chu Fan buried his face in his hands. "I can't take this anymore." The night passed. At dawn, Chu Fan suddenly jolted awake. The protective stone had shattered. "Something's wrong with Song Bai phone." Miss Wangfu's phone rang. She answered, then turned pale. "They're rushing Song Bai phone to the hospital." The scene shifted. In the hospital, a doctor muttered, "We don't know when the girl will wake." Just then, Chu Fan arrived with his senior sisters. The father cried out, "Benefactor! Please save my daughter again." The doctor said gravely, "Her spirit is shattered, but her blood flow is normal. Look, demonic energy surrounds her." Chu Fan frowned. "Her soul is detained, captured." The father panicked. "If I had known, I would have kept that stone with her." Miss Wangfu scolded, "Don't think like that. If it were you, how would she have dragged you here?" Chu Fan turned to the doctor. "Do you have cinnabar and tortoise shell?" The doctor snapped. "Who uses those in this age? Do you think we still practice old superstitions? Get out before I call security." Miss Qin calmly pulled out a tortoise shell. "I have one." Miss Wangfu smirked. "And I have cinnabar." The doctor gasped. Worth more than 300. Chu Fan wasted no time. He bit his finger, let his blood drip into the cinnabar and shell. Concentrate your soul with my blood. He placed the mixture on the girl's chest and shouted, Return! Spirit! At once, a reaction began. Everyone was stunned. Chu Fan continued firmly. Her consciousness is gone. Senior sisters, protect her body with acupuncture. Leave it to me, Qin Ling replied. Chu Fan concluded. By tomorrow morning, her soul will return. Miss Wanfu tossed him the keys, grinning. Junior brother, I'll drive. Today you'll see my driving skills. The two raced after the fleeing spirit. It dashed into a tall, dark building. Miss Wanfu pointed. There it is. What do you think of my driving? Chu Fan staggered out of the car, dizzy. At least, I made it out alive. Miss Wanfu shivered. This place feels terrifying. Junior brother, maybe we should. Chu Fan's eyes blazed. Even if Yama himself appears, I'll slap him down. Stay here. Leave this to me. And just then, he charges into the building. Inside, it's completely dark. Chu Fan activates his special eyes, scanning the pitch black. Blood trails lead deeper inside. As he follows the trail, suddenly, a black mist spreads all around him. From that mist, a hand shoots out, grabbing Chu Fan. Then another. And another. Countless hands claw at him from the darkness. Shocked, Chu Fan curses. Damn it, what troublesome timing! He flips and dodges around, avoiding the grasping hands. Then he shifts his stance, crossing his arms and chanting. Shadowless stance. Golden light technique, he roars. Begone! Golden energy bursts forth, blasting away the shadowy hands. He straightens up, sneering. You think petty tricks like this can restrain me? But then, a chilling laugh echoes from behind him. Heh heh, little brat, stop right there. Watch how I torture you, and that woman outside. Right after, Chu Fan hears a terrified scream. Junior brother! Save me! It's Miss Wanfu's voice. His eyes widen in shock. But then rage ignites inside him. He summons his energy into a massive sword and snarls. You've forced me, now taste this! He swings, slash. A devastating strike tears through the ghostly mist. Scene shift. Outside, Miss Wanfu suddenly hears Chu Fan's cry. Senior sister! Help me! Alarmed, she bolts into the building. Junior brother, hold on! Please be safe! But as she rushes deeper, suddenly, something grabs her. Junior brother! Where are you? Meanwhile, Chu Fan cuts through the black ghost. But then senses danger. His senior sister is in trouble. Scene shift again. Behind Miss Wanfu, a gigantic skeleton head materializes, chasing her. She immediately activates her defense. Golden Jade Barrier, generate! A glowing barrier forms. But it shatters in an instant under the skeleton's roar. The skull bellows. Useless! You cannot run from me! Its massive jaws snap open, lunging to devour her. It bites down, but fails. Shock flashes across the skeleton's hollow eyes. Then the truth is revealed. Miss Wanfu had used a powerful skill. Fortune of thousands! Her real body was never there. She appears from another angle, sword in hand. You fell for it. Now, prepare to die! Her blade flashes, slash, cutting deep into the skeleton's face. A massive crack spreads across its skull. But the monster just glares at her. You think you can kill me? Its face instantly regenerates. With a roar, it charges again. Miss Wanfu is stunned. The skeleton snarls. The scent of blood. I'm hungry! Miss Wanfu shouts back in fury. I don't care anymore! She summons a spell with her coins. A crushing force slams the skeleton down. Money can buy everything, but the skeleton howls defiantly. Pointless! You cannot escape! Even as she holds it down, she curses inwardly. Damn it, every time I use this trick, $1 million vanishes from my bank card. She retreats, rushing into another chamber. This spell will only last half an hour. I need another plan. Suddenly, she sees something. A small door. Huh! What is this place? She pushes it open, and gasps. Xuan Xing? You're here? Inside, a little girl sits, crying. Sister, save me! Miss Wangfu rushes to her. Don't worry. Sister is here now. You're safe. But then, the child suddenly attacks. Crack! She snaps Miss Wangfu's arm. Stunned, she gasps. Why? The skeleton head laughs thunderously. Because Xuan Xing is our obedient child. And behind the girl, a woman emerges, controlling her. The woman smirks wickedly, launching an attack. You care about her, don't you? Then stay here, and become ours forever. At the same time, the skeleton attacks too. Both strikes close in at once. Miss Wangfu realizes. This is it. I'm going to die. In her heart, she whispers, Junior brother. I'm sorry. But at that very moment, a storm explodes into the chamber. Boom! Chu Fan crashes in, breaking both attacks apart. He roars, You forced me, now taste this. His sword arcs in a blazing slash, striking both the skeleton and the woman. They scream in unison. The woman cries out, You're so ruthless! We are Xuan Xing's parents! The skeleton growls. Since he made it here, that means the third didn't stop him. Worthless fool! But Chu Fan roars back. Enough! I'll send you both to meet him. The skeleton sneers. You don't understand. Attacks like yours cannot harm me. The woman panics. No, his strike landed. Then, flash. The talisman Chu Fan had planted activates, binding them. Their bodies convulse, transforming into monstrous true forms. Miss Wangfu gasps. So it was you two all along? Chu Fan's face hardens. Yes. These two monsters are behind everything, he shouts. Now tell me, where did you get my Chu family's forbidden array, the broken dream formation? One monster roars back. Silence! Even if you broke the array, you'll die here. It lunges. Chu Fan blocks with his sword, grabbing its horn, and smashes it into the wall. He snarls. Still acting tough? Miss Wangfu screams. Junior brother, behind you! The second monster strikes from behind. Chu Fan barely dodges. The beast snarls. Agile, aren't you? Let's see how many times you can dodge. Outnumbered, Chu Fan struggles. The monsters laugh. 2 against 1, numbers are on our side. But Chu Fan launches his counter. All at once, attack! He hurls a deadly strike at the spider monster. It dodges slightly and sneers. Heh, already struggling. He even missed his throw. But suddenly, Chu Fan appears right behind it. My punch won't miss. Bam! A devastating fist smashes into its face. He bellows. 5 chi rising, golden light in all directions. He slaps a talisman onto the beast. Monster, surrender now! The spider monster screams, then disintegrates. The second monster howls. You dare? Sister! But Miss Wangfu crushes it under her coin spell. Stay down! Chu Fan chants. Collect! The monster's body is absorbed into a seal. With both monsters defeated, they leave the building together. Miss Wangfu asks. But where is Song Shaoxing's spirit consciousness? Chu Fan explains. When I destroyed the broken dream array, her spirit merged with the spirit snake. They return to the car. Miss Wangfu orders. Let's go back. Chu Fan panics. Wait, senior sister! No need to rush. But the car speeds off at full throttle. Chu Fan can only scream helplessly. They finally reach the hospital. Your saviors are back. Little Shaoxing bows in gratitude. Thank you, big brother. Forgive me, sister. Miss Wangfu smiles warmly. It wasn't her fault. Look, my hand is already healed. But then Chu Fan reveals the truth, pulling out a glass bottle. Inside, a tiny monster writhes. This ghost-faced centipede, it's the core of my Chu family's broken dream array. Someone used it to drain your family's fortune. Everyone is stunned. Scene shift. The true mastermind lounges on a chair with 2 women, laughing. One asks, Master, the array is broken. What now? He smirks. No problem. That was just the first gift from my long-lost junior brother. Behind him, more monsters wait in the shadows. The scene shifts to Miss Hungfu's office. An employee asks, Chairman, in your opinion, should we invest in the food industry or the entertainment industry? After hearing everything, Miss Humphrey thinks to herself, my junior brother is working so hard, he needs proper nutrition. Then she firmly says aloud, of course, the food industry. The employees immediately praise her. As expected of the eldest daughter of the Humphrey family, she instantly understood the market trend. They continue. But within food, there are also many different trends. Chairman Miss Humphrey immediately replies, of course, supplements. The employees nod in agreement. Yes, nowadays people are more health conscious. Supplements will definitely be a hit. That's why she's the true business queen, the one who controls the money. But what kind of development strategy is she thinking of now? Meanwhile, Miss Humphrey is thinking to herself, so boring. I just want this to end quickly so I can return to my junior brother. Suddenly, one employee collapses. Lovely, what happened? I feel so dizzy. Maybe something was mixed in the tea. Miss Humphrey immediately notices, and she too begins to feel dizzy. Wait. I'm getting dizzy too, what? In shock she says, it's over. I've been drugged too. Then she also collapses unconscious. The scene instantly shifts to Chu Fan's home. He is sitting alone, thinking. It's already so late. Senior sister Humphrey still hasn't returned from work. I might need to perform a divination. He immediately focuses, trying to see whether Miss Humphrey is safe or not. The moment he sees, he is shocked. It's over. Senior sister is in danger. The scene shifts again. Miss Humphrey is tied up in a dark place. Water is splashed on her face, and she regains consciousness. In front of her stands the same man who was beaten earlier. With a smirk he says, finally you woke up, Miss Humphrey. Yesterday when you and that brat humiliated me, you looked so calm, didn't you? Miss Humphrey, furious, spits the water from her mouth directly at his face. Seeing this, he turns red with rage. Miss Humphrey shouts angrily, trash! Do you think my Humphrey family has no one behind me? Wealth God, help me! Grant me the power to kill these thugs! But nothing happens. She is shocked. What? Why isn't it working? The man laughs. Understand now? Your tricks won't work anymore. Then, in rage, he slaps her hard across the face. He sneers. I spent thousands to hire this Taoist priest. Do you think he's just standing here for nothing? At that moment, a Taoist priest steps out behind him, chanting a spell. Mommy hung hong hong, Mare is here. Don't even think of acting arrogant in front of young Master Su. Miss Humphrey screams back. My junior brother will make you all pay for this. The man laughs coldly. Oh really? I've hired the black water assassins. Even if your junior brother comes here, he won't leave alive. Miss Humphrey yells with fury. If you harm my junior brother, my entire sect will wipe out every trace of you. He grabs her face tightly and stares into her eyes. When we become husband and wife, your sect, your organization, everything will be mine. You will belong to me, and only me. Miss Humphrey immediately headbutts his nose. The man screams in pain as blood gushes from his nose. Holding it, he shouts at his men in fury. Grab this woman. Today everyone will enjoy her. Two thugs seize her roughly. They laugh to each other. Wow, young Master Su, you're really generous. We're grateful to you. Such a beautiful girl, even if not the first, enjoying her isn't bad at all. Miss Humphrey screams. Let me go, you bastards. Young Master Su steps forward and says smugly. Shout as much as you want, no one's going to hear you. Suddenly, there's a huge blast, and from the smoke Chu Fan enters, eyes burning with fury. You bastards are calling for death. Young Master Su laughs. You came so soon? Then watch live as your senior sister and your future brother-in-law put on a show. Hearing this, Chu Fan charges at him in rage, but young Master Su smirks. What's the hurry? At that moment, a sniper takes aim and fires at Chu Fan's head. Bang! The bullet hits Chu Fan's skull. Miss Humphrey screams in shock. Junior brother! Chu Fan falls to the ground. The enemies mock. Wow, his head is like a tank. This bullet can pierce armor, but not his brain. The Taoist priest adds. Even if his skull didn't break, after my spiritual boost his soul must already be shattered. Young Master Su laughs. Perfect. Now it'll be even more fun. Doing it in front of him will be more exciting, Miss Humphrey cries desperately. Junior brother! But suddenly, Chu Fan rises again. He pulls the bullet out of his skull and spits it out like it's nothing. Everyone is shocked. On his forehead, a strange mouth-like symbol appears, with an eye inside it, surrounded by swirling energy. Chu Fan lifts into the air, forming a hand of energy, and seizes the Taoist priest. The priest screams, "Wait! Let me go! I'll give you money, and women too!" But Chu Fan ignores him, tightening his grip until the priest's body breaks apart. Dead. Seeing this, young Master Su turns pale. What is this? Stop him quickly. Two thugs attack, but Chu Fan crushes them as well. Young Master Su yells, "Sniper, kill him now!" The sniper fires again, but this time Chu Fan catches the bullet with his teeth. Too slow. Then he spits the bullet back, reversing it toward the sniper. Boom! The sniper explodes on the distant rooftop. Miss Hunfu, in tears, asks, "Junior brother, are you okay? What is this power? It feels so different." But then, Chu Fan grabs his own senior sister by the throat. And then, he lifts her into the air and begins to crush her. Miss Hunfu screams, "Junior brother, it's me! Recognize your senior sister!" But Chu Fan's grip only tightens. Her breath begins to fade. At that moment, someone suddenly appears behind Chu Fan. They strike him from behind, forcing him to release her. It's Miss Jean. She shouts urgently at Huangfu. "Senior sister, run! Hurry!" Enraged, Chu Fan leaps straight at Miss Jean, throwing a devastating punch. But she dodges effortlessly. She forms a seal and chants, "Infinity of heaven and earth, dead tree gives birth to spring, demon, disperse." Miss Huangfu, terrified, asks, "What happened to junior brother?" Miss Jean explains, "His latent power inside is transforming uncontrollably into demonic energy. Everyone sees it clearly. Dark energy bursts from Chu Fan's body. Black smoke pours from his mouth, nose, and eyes. Finally, as the demonic energy drains away, Chu Fan collapses, exhausted. Miss Jean gasps, "Oh no! His soul energy is nearly gone. He won't last long." Together, they carry him to a clinic. Miss Jean says, "He's stable for now, but his soul is dangerously weak." Miss Huangfu wipes the sweat from her brow and says, "I've already summoned third junior sister. I don't know when she'll arrive." Just then, the door bursts open. Another senior sister enters, declaring proudly, "Humph! Unlike you two useless ones, I'll save junior brother, then teach you both a lesson." She pulls out a great mirror and chants, "Union of yin and yang, protect his soul." Energy erupts from the mirror, drawing Chu Fan's soul inside. "This is the yin-yang mirror," she cries. "If not for me, junior brother would already be dead because of you too." Miss Huangfu and Miss Jean shout together, "How can you say that? Even without you, we would have saved him." But the senior sister snaps, "Silence! Have you forgotten master's words?" Flashback. The three girls kneel before their master. In his arms, a young Chu Fan sleeps peacefully. The master says solemnly, "Your junior brother's fate and constitution are special. The innate power inside him will be difficult to control. If the seal loosens before he matures, you three, as his senior sisters, must protect him." He gives each of them a special item. Chu Fan looks up and smiles faintly. Back to present. Miss Jean whispers, "Of course I remember." But Miss Nangong, the newly arrived senior sister, glares in fury. "Then why did you let junior brother fall into such danger? As master's representative, I'll teach you both a lesson." She prepares to strike. But Chu Fan suddenly stirs. With effort, he cries out, "Senior sister, stop!" Miss Nangong rushes to his side. "Junior brother, don't get up. How do you feel? Any pain?" Chu Fan smiles weakly. "I'm fine, and it wasn't senior sister Huangfu's fault." He explains everything. Miss Nangong listens, then roars in rage. "Su Mu! That bastard deserves death. He dares bully us because he thinks our sect is weak." She turns on Huangfu and Qin, shouting, "And you too. One of you only cares about money, the other buries herself in medicine and drugs. Because of your negligence, junior brother nearly died the moment he left the mountain." Huangfu defends herself. "My Tao is money itself. That is not negligence." But Nangong ignores her, declaring, "Junior brother, stay here. I will drag Sumu back myself and make him pay. Scene shift. At Sumu's residence, Sumu's father tries to reason. Miss Nangong of the Nangong family, surely we can talk peacefully. But she cuts him coldly. Silence. Hand over Sumu now. He sneers. You don't even have a supernatural bureau warrant. You think you can just seize my son? Do you think you can defy the great families of High City? Nangong steps closer, her eyes blazing. I'm not here for bureau business. This is personal. Now answer me. Are you certain you want to refuse? Suddenly an announcement echoes. Young Master Lu Yuhai of the Wanglu family has arrived. Family head Qian of the Jinjai family has arrived. Su Mu's father turns pale. The two powerful families enter, laughing. How could we ignore Miss Nangong's summons? And all this because of one boy? We never imagined there could be someone who could make even Miss Nangong bow her head. Together they say, Miss Nangong, you must give us an explanation. She smirks coldly. Then will you bring Sumu to me, or shall I drag him out myself? Inside, Sumu panics. The Nangong family is with that boy. I'm doomed. I'm fucked. What do I do? At that moment, the mysterious man who had been seen earlier, the one with two women by his side, enters laughing. Trouble, young Master Su? Seeing him, Sumu's face changes. I did everything exactly as you told me. Now you must save me. But the man drives a sharp knee into Sumu's stomach. Bam! Sumu crashes backward. The man steps on him coldly. I can protect you from Nangong Yunning's wrath, and I'll trap Chu Fan in a place he'll never escape. He hands Sumu 2 photographs. Sumu's eyes widen in shock. This is... The man grins wickedly. Exactly. My gift. He leaves, laughing. I'll make that arrogant Nangong girl kneel in public, forced to lick my boots. Sumu trembles with excitement. If I throw these photos to the Supernatural Bureau, Chu Fan will be finished. Flayed alive! Why did you hide this from me? But the man warns him. Don't act rashly. Chu Fan still has allies outside. If they warn him, your plan fails. Sumu panics. Then what do I do? The man says calmly. Simple. I'll go to the bureau myself. Nangong Yanning will deliver you straight to Chu Fan. Then we strike. He takes out a glowing pill. Look, body protection divine pill. For 12 hours, no sword or bullet can harm you. Sumu's eyes shine. This glow, this smell, a rare treasure indeed. He swallows it without hesitation. Immortal Master, you're truly brilliant. Thank you. Scene shift. Outside, Sumu's father roars in defiance. You dare disrespect the Su family? Fear our ancestors' might. Behind him, a colossal tiger spirit emerges. But Nangong stomps the ground, shouting, Silence! Hand him over now! A majestic giant bird appears at her back. The father lifts his hands, flames blazing. Then I'll do it myself, but before he strikes, Sumu himself comes out. I'll go with you. Why such anger? He turns to his father. Don't worry, father. Then to Nangong. Miss Nangong, I'll accompany you. She smirks coldly, immediately binding him in chains. If you hadn't hidden like a coward all this time, I might have given you a shred of respect. But now, you're nothing. From the shadows, the scheming man laughs loudly. Junior brother, you must accept my gift. Scene shift. Back with Huangfu, Qin, and Chu Fan. Huangfu gazes at the yin-yang mirror, smiling slyly. I wonder, if I sold this at the Gun Ji Min Pavilion, how much would it fetch? Miss Qin scolds her. Focus on Chu Fan. Next time, if there's an emergency, report to your senior sister immediately. Understand? Chu Fan chuckles. Yes, senior sister. But tell me, what exactly does the Supernatural Bureau do? Huangfu explains. The Bureau governs all who use spiritual power. Murder, arson, tax evasion, extortion, even judgment of evil spirits for clans. All under its control. Chu Fan is shocked. So, they hold every lifeline? That's too much power. Huangfu smirks. Exactly. Why else do people call Nangong the devil? Just like the chief of the East, Humak. But Miss Qin scolds him sharply. Enough! Don't even mention that name! Suddenly, bang! The door slams open. Miss Nangong storms in, shouting, "I always enforced the law impartially. Now, who was gossiping behind my back?" Her glare lands on Huangfu. "Was it you? Miss Huangfu, known for snatching even passing geese out of the sky? To line your pockets?" Flustered, Huangfu cries, "That's a lie. Who said that? Besides, where's Sumu? You went to capture him, didn't you?" Nangong sneers and throws Sumu to the ground. Here he is. Sumu crashes at their feet. He groans, "So, we meet again, Miss Huangfu. And you too, Chu Fan." But right after, Miss Huangfu angrily kicks him and shouts, "Shut up, dog! I will make you suffer 10 times the pain that my junior brother endured." Yet he laughs and says, "My only regret is that I didn't humiliate you properly in front of your junior brother." Hearing this makes me really furious. Just then, Miss Huangfu is about to crush his head, but Miss Nangong pulls her back and says, "Don't act foolishly. First, we must find out who gave him so much courage." But that man just seems crazy. Laughing, he says, "If you 3 women would willingly become my captives, I'll let your little junior brother live." Hearing that, Miss Nangong removes her chain weapon and coldly asks, "Is he threatening me?" Behind her, Miss Huangfu also says, "Wow, how can he be so confident? Who gave him this courage?" Then Miss Nangong pins him against the wall and drives an ice spear through his hand. He is shocked. "Wait, wasn't I bouncing around like this only after eating that pill? What happened to my protective pill? Why didn't it work? How?" At that moment, black smoke starts rising from his body. Seeing this, Miss Queen is alarmed and thinks, how can he have such strong alchemic energy inside him? Then she warns everyone, "Back off! The pill poison inside him is about to explode." Miss Huangfu immediately runs toward Chu Fan and shouts, "Junior brother, be careful!" Meanwhile, Suma's body swells up and he screams, "Save me! I don't want to die! I know your junior brother!" And then, boom! A powerful explosion erupts. They had already moved away, so they were unharmed. Miss Nangong had even raised her ice shield, yet the blast impact still punched holes into it. Seeing this, Miss Nangong says, "What was he saying just now?" Miss Queen, shocked, replies, "What a terrifying poison this is." Miss Huangfu was shielding Chu Fan, worriedly saying, "How did this happen?" Then some coins scatter to the ground. Miss Queen inspects and declares, "This is the crimson poison pill. It explodes a person's soul along with their body. Whoever is behind this is truly dangerous." Hearing this, Chu Fan thinks to himself, his soul shattered, all the clues are lost. But why would someone go this far? Everyone falls silent. Suddenly, the building trembles. A powerful spiritual pressure spreads. They immediately realize, this is no friend but an enemy. Miss Huangfu mutters, "There aren't many such old monsters in Heisang. For one to appear at this time, it must be the Su family's ancestor." Chu Fan says, "So the real killing move was hidden here all along. We were completely fooled. What a scheme." At that moment, a hole opens at the top of the building. The Su family's ancestor attacks with an energy hand and roars, "You cruel people, give me back my grandson's life." Everyone dodges. Miss Huangfu pushes Chu Fan away, yelling, "Junior brother, watch out." When they look up, they see the old man floating there, shouting, "How dare you dodge me? Die, all of you." Miss Nangong prepares to counterattack. "Use the situation to our advantage." Her eyes glow, forming a large formation, and she strikes. The old man counters with his energy hand, and their attacks clash. Miss Huangfu then says to Miss Queen, "Let's join in too." Miss Queen nods. Huangfu prepares her technique, chanting, "God of fortune, shine upon us with golden light." As the old man is distracted by Huangfu, Miss Queen strikes from behind. "Now's the time. Spiritual pivot divine needle, 7th form, soul extinguishing needle." But the old man only laughs. "Is that all you've got?" Then he smashes them both down. They fall heavily, badly injured. He launches another attack. Nangong blocks, struggling, until the others join to resist. Huangfu warns Chu Fan, "Junior brother, your soul is unstable. If you use too much spiritual power now, your cultivation journey will be ruined. As long as we can hold him back, you must escape." But Chu Fan calmly replies, "Don't worry. I still have the life-saving technique Grandpa taught me. Hearing this, Huangfu thinks, junior brother was born with a special constitution. Who knows what top-tier techniques master has passed on to him? Chu Fan steps forward and says, for a leader, an essential skill, an ultimate technique that is worthless in the hands of fools. The old man scoffs. Do you think your nonsense will save you from death? Overconfident fool! Chu Fan retorts. Wrong. The real fool and tyrant is you. You think you're avenging your grandson, but you don't even know the truth. If I were Sima, I'd rather be a toilet than your grandson. Enraged, the old man shouts. How dare you say that? But Chu Fan continues. Judging from the poison's effect, Sima was dosed long before my senior sister captured him. Someone used you like a butcher's knife, and you were too stupid to notice. The old man falls silent. Nangong watches and whispers. Looking at junior brother now, it feels like master has returned from the past. Senior sisters, what do you think? Miss Jean blushes and says, he looks so hot. I want a little junior brother like him to hug me. Miss Huangfu licks her lips and says, little junior brother has really grown up. Now he's perfect to take for myself. Even Nangong blushes, secretly thinking, I want him too, but I'll never say it aloud. Meanwhile, Chu Fan thinks, this foolish old man has fallen right into my trap. The ancestor, confused, mutters, I was in seclusion. Chu Fan rebukes him. If you had come out of seclusion earlier, if you had cared for your disciples more, Sima wouldn't have ended up like this. The greatest responsibility lies with you. The old man wavers in self-doubt, but then bursts out in rage. Enough! Even if you're not the real criminals, I will avenge my grandson. Heaven and earth transformation, omnipresent pressure, 100 fists of majesty. Chu Fan just stands there calmly, then says, perfect timing. He raises his hand. 5 thunders, I know your names. Come at my call. Swift lightning whip, 5 thunders formation. He traps the old man within the thunder formation. Shocked, the old man screams. What? No, you tricked me. You distracted me with your nonsense, and secretly drew the thunder formation. Chu Fan exhales slowly and says, like I said, playing with fools isn't fun. Now you finally understand. At that moment, Chu Fan collapses from exhaustion. Nangong declares, for forcing my junior brother to go this far, you deserve to be captured. Huangfu adds, rest now, rest. I used more brainpower than some people who only rely on brute force. Miss Jean says, the 5 thunder formation achieves its goal without draining too much spiritual power. Junior brother is truly clever. Meanwhile, the old man thrashes inside, roaring, damn it! I'll destroy this blasted formation. Suddenly a voice booms. Chu Fan, you are under arrest. It's the Supernatural Bureau squad. Hearing this, the old man also shouts, quickly! Kill him! Avenge my grandson! But Nangong angrily steps forward. Let's see who dares touch my junior brother. The squad freezes. What? This is the junior brother whom the young miss always talks about. We're doomed. If we offend the young miss, the whole squad is finished. Their captain sighs. Young miss, you know I'm not the type to bow before authority. Then he suddenly kneels. His soldiers are stunned. Captain, you're kneeling? The captain says respectfully, Mr. Chu, your ability to demonize and return to human form is priceless for our Supernatural Bureau's research. For the sake of this collapsing world, please come with us. Then, the entire squad kneels together, loudly begging, Mr. Chu, please come with us. Seeing this, Chu Fan is surprised and says, is this emotional blackmail? Fine, it works on me. Keep doing it. Meanwhile, the old man trapped inside the formation keeps screaming. Chu Fan simply says, just wait, I'll make sure you die a horrible death. Then everyone gets inside the armored tank and starts moving. Miss Nangong explains, the Su family's ancestor represents the full power of his clan. His disciple, Wan Mingji, is also the spokesperson of the Daxia military. They will never let this matter go. That's why I suggest, you should join the Supernatural Bureau. I want to see who dares touch you then. Chu Fan replies, I don't care who dares or who doesn't. But since you, senior sister, are in the bureau, then I'll join too. Hearing this, Miss Nangong blushes and secretly thinks, so he joined only because of me. Then aloud she says, Don't just think about me. You also need to care about your own safety. At that moment, Miss Huangfu comes forward and says, Really? She then sits on Chu Fan's lap and teases, Little junior brother, I'm also in the Huangfu Corporation. Why don't you come to me instead? I'll use the entire corporation's resources to protect you. Meanwhile, Miss Jean silently thinks, I also want little junior brother to come to me, but my clinic was just destroyed. Then Miss Huangfu clings to Chu Fan and says, Okay. Chu Fan, embarrassed, says, Senior sister, don't do this. She laughs and says, Don't do this? Junior brother, then explain clearly, what exactly do you mean by that? Seeing this scene, Miss Nangong can't take it anymore. Angry, she shouts, Huangfu Igua, what are you doing? Huangfu moves away and retorts, What do you mean, what am I doing? Are you the only one who can recruit junior brother? Just then, the captain announces, Everyone, we've reached the Supernatural Bureau. He secretly thinks, finally, my car is safe. The scene shifts inside the bureau. A young man appears, Chen Fa, young master of the Chen family. Looking at Chu Fan, he angrily says, So this pretty boy is joining the Supernatural Bureau? Inwardly, he seethes, I've been chasing after Yuning for 3 years. I always knew she held some junior brother in her heart whom she could never forget. Now that he's right here in my hands, I'll make him suffer nothing but pain. Miss Nangong immediately snaps at him. Who are you to talk like that? Don't forget, you bought your position here with your family's money. Chinfu retorts, But I passed the Bureau's entrance test. No one can deny my abilities. His bodyguard agrees. Yes, our young master passed the test. But Miss Nangong slams the table and angrily shouts, My junior brother is far above the Bureau's standards. That's something no one can deny. Chinfu yells at Chu Fan. What kind of man are you, always hiding behind women? Oh, now I understand, you climbed up here by riding on their coattails, didn't you? If you don't dare take the newcomer's test, you'd be better off as a male escort. Chu Fan calmly replies, If I pass the test, then you'll bark like a dog and run naked around the bureau. How's that? Chinfu points a finger at him and says, And if you fail, you'll shout out loud that you're just a freeloading wimp and leave the bureau. Chu Fan smirks. Bring it on. The test begins. First test, gravity. Chu Fan lifts a massive weight with one hand and throws it down so hard that the ground splits apart. Second test, strength. He punches the strength machine with such force that it completely shatters. The 3 senior sisters' eyes light up. Junior brother is so cool. Meanwhile, 2 other onlookers gasp. Is he even human? Chu Fan thinks to himself, Grandfather fed me all kinds of spiritual pills and elixirs since childhood. Combined with the Chu family's inherited techniques, my muscle density is several times greater than ordinary people's. Chinfu, though shocked, sneers. Don't get too happy yet. There's still one last test. They move him to the indoor shooting range. Chu Fan asks, So I have to dodge bullets? Chinfu laughs. Only in your dreams. Here, others will be shooting at you. They blindfold Chu Fan and explain. To pass the test, dodge as many bullets as you can. Chinfu mocks. If you get more than 5 bullet holes in your body, you fail. Ha! This time you're definitely done for. The senior sisters get angry. This test is normally for just one shooter. You brought 100 and even blindfolded him, Chinfu smirks. That blindfold blocks spiritual power. Bureau rules, no spiritual power during the test. Miss Nangong snaps. This place is already surrounded by a power-blocking formation. You're deliberately making it harder. Chinfu taunts Chu Fan. If you're scared, just admit you give up. Miss Huangfu fumes, but Miss Jean calmly says, Don't worry. Just by looking at him, I know junior brother has everything under control. The test begins. Gunfire erupts, but Chu Fan dodges every bullet. The shooters eventually collapse, exhausted. Captain Chen, we've used up the entire year's bullet stock. We're completely drained. Chinfu, furious, screams. He definitely cheated. Manipulated the data. He's a hacker. I refuse to believe this is his true strength until he faces me directly. Chu Fan reminds him. Those were your words, remember? Chinfu rips off his shirt, thinking, this time I'll show Yuning what a real man looks like. But before he can act, Chu Fan punches him so hard that he crashes to the ground. Beaten repeatedly, Chinfu still shouts, Chu Fan! This isn't over. It's not over. He is dragged away. Watching this, Chu Fan thinks he refuses to admit defeat. How shameless. Miss Nangong then hands him a paper. Junior brother, sign this and you'll officially become part of the Supernatural Bureau. But suddenly, soldiers from the military arrive. The Daxia military department is here for Chu Fan. They point guns at him and declare, if we face resistance, we have immediate authority to execute. The senior sisters are stunned. A black summon order? The highest level summon. It can even drag in the defense minister himself. We're dealing with a terrifying situation this time. Little junior brother, Chu Fan, goes with them. He is pressed onto a cot, bound, and dragged into the courtroom. There, a man named Vian Miji stares at him and thinks, this time, Chu Fan, you'll surely die. The three sisters whisper among themselves. In this situation, only one person can save junior brother. Miss Nangong says, I'll make the call. She calls someone. Hello? Then a video is shown to the judges and jury. It's footage of the time Chu Fan lost control. Vian Miji declares, some people look normal, but in truth, they are monsters hiding among us. The moment we lower our guard, they pounce, rip our throats out, and feed on our blood. The Haikini massacre, 713 deaths. Its severity equals last year's 36 massive fires that burned entire streets. But those fires only killed 143. Meanwhile, this massacre left 370 dead and only one survivor. The people are shocked. Oh my God! A demon! Demon race. A judge nervously asks, what about security measures? Won't he suddenly go berserk here? Vian Miji replies, all these inhuman crimes, all these bloodthirsty acts of madness, were committed because of this beast, Chu Fan, who hides in human skin. The crowd screams, kill him! Kill this beast! But Chu Fan just yawns, unfazed. The judge scolds, how dare you openly defy the court? We've seen the evidence. Why don't you confess? Vian Miji thinks smugly, I've offered such generous terms. I can't save you anymore, Chu Fan. You will die. Chu Fan replies, even death row inmates get lawyers. Where's mine? If the trial itself isn't fair and just, how can the outcome be fair and just? What's the point of this sham trial? For some people's convenience, it'd be easier to just throw me in solitary confinement and convict me directly. The judge demands, what do you mean? Are you suggesting something shady is happening here? Chu Fan says, if nothing shady is going on, then why not investigate those people I killed? They were all armed. Were they ordinary civilians? The Su family's young master kidnapped and insulted my senior sister. I was forced to defend myself. Why are you twisting the facts? Tell me, what connection does the Su family's ancestor have with Vian Miji? Presiding judge, do you dare say you have no collusion with him? The judge starts sweating. What does this boy know? Vian Miji interrupts. Why did the Su family's young master only target you, and no one else? Clearly, the problem lies with you. No matter how much you argue, you'll never be one of us. You are a traitor to Daxia. A vermin that society must hate and eliminate. Enraged, Chu Fan shouts. For years I guarded Fengmen village so the demon race could not invade. And now you insult me like this? Even the saints in attendance grow angry. Vian Miji sneers. You don't even realize it, do you? That bracelet on your wrist, it's specially designed for awakened ones. It suppresses your combat power to just 1%. Now you're helpless. The judge declares, after this trial, Chu Fan's murders are undeniable. He shows no remorse. I order immediate execution. Vian Miji draws his sword. I'll end your sinful life myself. Wan Ming sword style, first form. He slashes at Chu Fan. But Chu Fan grabs the sword with his bare hand. Shocked, Vian Miji coughs blood. Impossible. With only 1% of your power, how did you block my one sword style? Chu Fan laughs and unleashes a surge of energy, shattering the suppressing bracelet. Warning, target's combat strength exceeds suppression limit. Bracelet malfunction. Vian Miji screams. That bracelet can suppress even 10 demon lords. How could you break it? Chu Fan sneers. Too late to ask now. He prepares his attack. Vian Miji panics. Defense, Wan power shield. But Chu Fan unleashes a colossal strike. 3 realms guard. 5 emperors attend. 10,000 gods pay homage. Thunder God cancels his name. The explosion shakes even outside the courtroom. The senior sisters are shocked. Junior brother. What happened? Let us in. Miss Jean warns. Beware my needles, Miss Wanfu shouts. Step aside. Suddenly a voice yells. Stop! The 3 sisters turn around. Inside the court, terrified people whisper. My God, what kind of power is this? Someone says. If he were truly a demon, he wouldn't even need to talk. He could have killed us all in one blow. It was the presiding judge and Wan Miji who framed him. Please, Chu Fan, don't kill us. We were deceived. Even Vian Miji kneels before Chu Fan, begging. Forgive me. I was wrong. Spare my life. But in his heart, he thinks, I'll trust this anti-awakened smoke bomb to save me. And just then, a group of unknown figures arrive. And just then, the entry happens, of the 5 enforcers of the Supernatural Bureau. And among them was Nan Gongqing. The moment people saw him, they breathed in relief. It's Nan Gongqing, an enforcer of the Supernatural Bureau. We're saved. Nan Gongqing was famous for his fairness and strictness. Surely, he would handle this matter. Right then, Shan Minji pulled out a bomb and threw it at Chu Fan, shouting, Scoundrel! Your death is certain. But before it could hit, Nan Gongqing stepped in front of him. In front of my eyes? He said coldly, then shoved the bomb straight into Shan Minji's mouth. Shan Minji fell to his knees, trying to scream, but no voice came out. Nan Gongqing's voice boomed. Da Xia Lao! Whenever there is a case involving the awakened ones, the Supernatural Bureau is the highest authority. Shan Minji ignored the Bureau's jurisdiction and forcefully seized Chu Fan. Then Nan Gongqing beat him heavily. This is the first crime. Seeing this, Shan Minji shouted back. I'll kill you, but Nan Gongqing coldly said. Awakened cases always stand above normal civil and criminal cases. And he treated Chu Fan as an ordinary criminal, breaking the law. This is the second crime. Nan Gongqing roared, raised his staff, and struck Shan Minji again. Shan Minji screamed. For a warrior, death is better than disgrace. Then Nan Gongqing flung him far away and declared. By ignoring the court's fairness and impartiality, he vented his personal anger and suppressed Da Xia's judicial authority. This is the third crime. He stepped forward and beat him again. At that moment, the bomb inside Shan Minji's mouth exploded. He didn't die, but lay in a miserable state. Nan Gongqing announced. This punishment for Shan Minji is the judgment delivered after the 5 enforcers' deliberation. The judge, making a sour face, muttered. What deliberation? It's just you acting as you please. Nan Gongqing's reply was cold and frightening. The matters ahead are confidential to the Bureau. All unnecessary people, leave immediately. Then Nan Gongqing looked at Miss Nan Gong and shouted. Yuning! Kneel! Hearing this, she immediately dropped to her knees, and then we realized this was her father. In anger he said, Do not call me father! Miss Wangfu and Miss Jean were shocked, thinking, This is bad. Uncle is furious that Yuning allowed Chu Fan to join the Bureau without permission. He'll definitely punish her. Both lowered their heads. Yuning cried, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Her father roared, Your mistake is huge. Counselor Zhao and General Sangwan are on our side. We could have used them to pressure the court. If nothing else, you could have at least used public opinion. If something happened to you, and I didn't arrive in time, the senior sisters thought in their hearts. So, he isn't angry to punish her, but only because she risked herself unnecessarily. For Yuning, there must never be loss. That's all this is about. At that moment, Chu Fan stepped forward and said, Uncle, please don't scold senior sister Yuning. She did all this for me. I'm willing to take full responsibility. Her father glared and said, So, you are the scoundrel for whom Yuning yearns day and night. Hearing this, Yuning's face turned red. No, not yearning. It was concern for my junior brother. Right then, her father did something. He pressed a hand on Chu Fan's forehead. It was the art of root and bone appraisal. Behind Chu Fan, a skeleton appeared. He said with amazement, 7-star root and bone, Such potential is rarely seen. If this boy had been born 20 years earlier, my own name in the bureau would have been nothing. But inside the skeleton, they saw a small child. He was shocked. I thought he might become a demon. But the bureau already has many such cases. Yet inside him, there is a true demon soul. And that too, at a fully mature stage. He pointed his weapon at Chu Fan and demanded, "Tell the truth. What is the secret behind this demon soul inside you?" Chu Fan folded his hands. "Uncle, thank you for saving me. But this is my secret. I cannot reveal it, but I promise, I will never harm anyone." His uncle's face hardened. "If you refuse, then I must assume you are a spy. As an enforcer, I have no option but to eliminate you." The word eliminate made Yuning step forward. "Dad, trust Chu Fan. He would never harm us." Miss Wangfu and Miss Qin also joined in. "We know our junior brother. He was born to be a hero. If you wish to hurt him, you'll have to get past us first." But her father coldly said, "Clear your hearts and step aside. True enlightenment lies only in the real path." Then, behind him, a Dharma body manifested. He shouted, "I'll ask you one last time. Will you speak or not?" The pressure he released was so great that no one could even stand properly. "Is Uncle truly serious now?" Chu Fan, struggling, whispered, "I cannot say." The Dharma body attacked. World-shaking elephant mountain quaking might. In response, Chu Fan chanted, "5 thunder gods, I know your names. Come at my call. Swift lightning whip." He followed with palm thunder, trying to stop the attack. But he couldn't. His attack collapsed. Everyone saw, Nangong Yuning's father's weapon had pierced into Chu Fan's abdomen. The 3 senior sisters rushed over, screaming, "Junior brother! Little junior brother!" But strangely, the weapon that had pierced his stomach was suddenly above his head. Seeing Chu Fan fallen, Miss Wangfu wept. "Little junior brother! If you get up, the entire Wangfu family will be yours. I want nothing else, just rise." Yuning also cried, "Chu Fan, you are not allowed to die. If you dare die, I'll bury the entire supernatural bureau with you." Miss Qin, in tears, said, "Little junior brother, if you die, my life will be worthless. I'll have nothing left, then I'll give myself to you." But then, the scene shifted, into Chu Fan's soul realm. There, Chu Fan was holding that small child. The attack had struck the child's eye. Back outside, Yuning's father spoke. "This boy's root and bone are good. Let's give him a chance. You are still listening, aren't you? Now it's time for him to rise." Miss Jean cried, "Junior brother, I'll stay with you." Chu Fan grasped her hand, stood up slowly, and said, "Senior sister, I'm fine." Seeing him rise, Miss Wangfu said joyfully, "You're alive?" Miss Jean also said, "Yuning, this is great. What is happening here?" Chu Fan explained, "Uncle wasn't trying to kill me, he was trying to seal my demon soul." Then he added, "But promise me, no matter what happens to me in the future, you must never give up on life." The 3 senior sisters hugged him together. "Junior brother has grown up." Embarrassed, Chu Fan said, "Hey, you still haven't promised me yet." After some time, the 4 of them arrived at the Imperial Treasure Pavilion auction house. Chu Fan, confused, asked, "Why are we here?" Miss Qin thought to herself, "I never accept favors from anyone. But for my junior brother, it's time for a change." Miss Wangfu explained, "The Imperial Treasure Pavilion hosts an auction for cultivators only once a year. The entry requirements are extremely strict." They entered, and the auction was underway. Miss Wangfu whispered, "Only someone like Nangong Qing would ever be invited here. What is junior sister Qin planning?" At that moment, Miss Qin approached the auction staff. "Hello, is there one last private room available?" But before the staff could answer, a man appeared shouting, "This is my private room." The 4 looked at him and cried out together, "Ah, Chinfa arrogantly said, "This last private room is a tradition, reserved only for those of noble status and extraordinary standing. And that's me." Then he sneered further, "But if Chu Fan leaves right now, I'll remove the vase in front of the room and give you a spot." Hearing this, Yuning's anger rose. But just as Chinfa kept talking, something was shoved into his mouth. He clutched his throat, coughing. You! What did you make me eat?" Chu Fan casually said. Hey, you had your mouth so wide open, a fly naturally went inside. Chu Fan ordered his guards. Catch them! The 2 guards rushed straight at Chu Fan, ready to attack. Chu Fan prepared to fight back. But suddenly another man appeared between them, stopping the fight. Enough! Stop, all of you! He shouted in anger. It was revealed. This man was Hongdi, the owner of the Imperial Treasure Pavilion. Chu Fan quickly complained. Old Hung! They're creating trouble in your place. You must teach them a lesson. But Hongdi, in a cold tone, replied, Are you looking for death? Miss Wangfu thought in her heart. Not good. Hongdi is powerful and influential. This situation is going to get tricky. Just then, Miss Qin stepped forward and said, Do you dare raise your hand against my people? Chu Fan pointed at her, shouting, This woman isn't simple either. But then, Hongdi suddenly fell to his knees before Miss Qin. Chu Fan's mouth dropped open in shock. Hongdi respectfully said, Benefactor, after so many years of invitations, you have finally come. Please choose any treasure, I'll pay for it. Miss Qin calmly replied, No need. We just want a seat. Hongdi instantly declared, That private room is yours. For years, it has been an honored tradition of the Imperial Treasure Pavilion. Miss Qin added, Then understand, it's not for Chu Fan. Hearing this, Hongdi grew furious. Benefactor, I'll throw this garbage out right now. But Miss Qin raised her hand and said, No need. He keeps calling himself trash. Let him remain as one. And then the announcement came. The auction has officially begun. Chu Fan sat fuming with rage. On stage, the first item was displayed, a 1,000-year-old Netherworld Emperor's Rest Purple Ganoderma, combined with Dragon Ganoderma. This pill nourishes both body and soul. Starting bid 10 million. Chu Fan looked at it, stunned. How strange, for secret herbs. This pill is perfect for my little junior brother. And without wasting time, Miss Qin called out, 20 million. Meanwhile, Chu Fan stared at the 4 of them and thought in his heart, Now let's see how they all cry. Then he loudly said, Do you want this to heal Chu Fan's injuries? Absolutely not. My price is 30 million. Hearing this, Yunning shouted in anger. Chu Fan, you did this on purpose, didn't you? Chu Fan stuck out his tongue and in a mocking tone said, I just like to bid for fun, only as a joke. Seeing this, Chu Fan calmly said, Let me handle him. The auction continued. Someone shouted 70 million, someone else 80 million. Then suddenly Chu Fan placed a huge bid. 900 million, everyone was shocked. But right after, Chu Fan shouted an even higher number. 1 billion! After that, Chu Fan went quiet and didn't raise the bid again. The auctioneer announced, Sold for 1 billion to Chu Fan. Hearing this, even Chu Fan himself was shocked. Meanwhile, the 4 were secretly pleased for making a fool out of Chu Fan. Ms. Qin smiled and said, From now on, we really will have to trust junior brother. Then Chu Fan spoke from the front. How does it feel, spending such a huge amount to buy just 1 pill? Chu Fan, gritting his teeth, said, Even so, I still gained something. You were the one who wanted it, right? But I won't let you have your way. Chu Fan answered, Who said I wanted it? This 4 sacred herbs pill has a very unique property. Only people with an extreme Yin constitution in their body can absorb it. You spent 1 billion on it, for nothing. You really are a fool. Chu Fan roared angrily. Shut up. Just watch, I'll absorb it right now. He took the pill and tried to forcefully absorb it. Absorb. Absorb. But no matter how he tried, nothing. How can this be? I really can't absorb it. He sat down in frustration and shouted at Chu Fan. You bastard, this matter isn't over yet. Then another item was brought out, a bell. The announcer explained. This is the Vashi bell, a high-grade spiritual artifact. Yes, it's broken, but the ancient profound bronze inside it is an extremely valuable refining material. Starting bid, 1 million. The crowd looked displeased. What? Are they selling scrap metal now? Has the Imperial Treasure Pavilion run out of good items? But Chu Fan looked at it with interest and thought, Oh, finally something that excites me. These fools can't see it. This is the real treasure. Nobody else placed a bid. Everyone stayed quiet. Chu Fan smirked in his heart. Only an idiot would spend money on this. Nobody uses ancient forging techniques anymore. If you use modern methods, that old bronze will be ruined. Even the announcer was sweating, thinking no one would buy it. It had gone unsold 3 times before. But suddenly, Chu Fan bid 1.1 million. The countdown began. 1.1 million, first call, second call, third call. Sold! The bell was handed to Chu Fan. Chu Fan laughed and said, "Stop acting smart, fool. I don't believe you know ancient forging techniques." Chu Fan smiled faintly and replied, "I don't know anything about ancient forging. But I do know how to spot a bargain. This isn't one treasure, it hides 2 different spiritual energies inside." He smashed the bell, and from within, a golden cauldron emerged. Chu Fan declared, "I knew it. A spiritual treasure was hidden inside this bell." The announcer shouted excitedly. Spiritual treasures are ranked from lowest to highest: Artifact, Treasure, King, Artifact, Immortal, Artifact, Divine, Artifact. Each rank has 7 grades: low, mid, high, peak, imperial, earth, and heaven. Looking at the Divine Mountain and Divine Dragon engraved on it, if I'm not mistaken, this is a Peak King artifact, 2 full ranks above the Vashi Bell. Its name is the Summer Ghost Cauldron. Throughout history, the Summer Ghost Cauldron has always been a target for emperors and generals. This treasure has never stayed with one owner, it's shrouded in mystery. Its exact powers remain unknown, but one thing is certain, it's extremely powerful. Chu Fan, furious, shouted, "But maybe you don't know, spiritual treasures can develop self-awareness over thousands of years. To become its master, you need both destiny and confidence." Just then, the cauldron itself chose Chu Fan as its master, and floated toward him, glowing brightly. Chu Fan's jaw dropped. It chose him as its master? The announcer grew even more excited. When a king artifact chooses its master, that master can immediately feel its functions and abilities. "Tell us, Chu Fan, how does it feel?" The 3 senior sisters joked. "You must feel stronger now, right? Want to test it, boy? Doesn't your combat power feel boosted?" Chu Fan put on a serious face and said, "Honestly, it just feels like my bowels are running smoothly." The 3 sisters froze in shock. Chu Fan laughed. "Ha! That means your king artifact is useless, just a decorative showpiece. Chu Fan, you're doomed. Your death is certain." Ms. Hongfu clapped her hands happily. Junior brother has gained a spiritual treasure. This calls for celebration. Tonight's dinner is on me. Let's go to 9 Heavens feast. They were about to leave when suddenly 2 old men appeared. The Su family ancestor and the Chen family ancestor. The Su ancestor said, "Boy, you killed my grandson and humiliated me. Today I will bury you here." The Chen ancestor added, "Your soul still hasn't recovered, has it? Today, your life belongs to me." Chu Fan stepped forward and said coldly, "You'll regret this." The Su ancestor charged to attack. The senior sisters tried to help, but were blocked. "Your opponents are us." Both old men attacked together. "Combining our powers, we will crush Chu Fan." Chu Fan quickly prepared to defend. "Messengers of sun and moon, divine lightning bestowed by 3 forces, protect me." He formed the triple thunder shield and hid inside it. Their combined strike collided with the shield, causing a massive explosion. The 3 sisters grew tense. After the attack, the Su ancestor sneered. Even an ancient god would be reduced to ashes before such overwhelming power. But then, Sima appeared and said, "Congratulations, ancestors. You've already died with that move." The 2 old men froze, sensing something wrong. At the same time, Chu Fan's eyes glowed. A shining orb formed at his chest, then split into 3. Both old men were shocked. What kind of spiritual treasure is this?" The 3 senior sisters explained. "This is a defensive artifact that protects its master in life and death situations. It can repair the divine soul, expand spiritual veins, and grant its master 3 heavenly lifelines. But to awaken it requires massive spiritual power, and you gave it to him yourselves." Chu Fan screamed. "What? Didn't Chu Fan feel anything at all?" "Oh, I see. You all tricked me together." The 3 sisters stuck out their tongues and said playfully, "Blah. Then Chu Fan opened his eyes. The 2 old men panicked. They pulled something out, shouting, "We'll kill him! Let him die!" They threw it at Chu Fan and immediately turned to flee. "This isn't good. We'll fight next time. Boy, today we spare your life." As they ran away, Chunfa cried out, "Ancestors! You forgot to take me with you!" He rushed to Chu Fan, dropped to his knees, and begged, "You are my grandfather, my father, my everything! Please, if you save me, I'll make the entire Chen family bow before you." Chu Fan looked at him and said coldly, "The entire Chen family will submit to me? Then let's go pay the Chen family a visit." The scene shifts to the Chen family mansion. There, their ancestors shouted in anger, "Useless descendant! If you still consider me your ancestor, then leave this house immediately." At this, Chunfa's father said, "I know you're very old now. You think the world has passed you by. But that doesn't mean you should be so afraid of a rookie. Yes, he's new, but he's not so terrifying that your very life would be at risk from a greenhorn." Suddenly, thunder cracked, and a powerful lightning bolt struck down. Seeing this, Chunfa's father said, "May I ask, what mighty figure has summoned this lightning strike? If I have done something wrong, please tell me." Just then, Chu Fan appeared, with the 3 senior sisters and Chunfa at his side. Seeing them, even Chunfa's father was stunned. They descended, and Chunfa stepped forward, saying to his father, "Dad, I've already pledged the Chen family's allegiance to Chu Fan. He is highly capable, and he will lead us from here on." Hearing this, Chunfa's father shouted, "What? You expect me to accept a mere boy as family head?" From behind, the ancestor spoke, "The one I was talking about is Chu Fan. Do as Chunfa says immediately, or else, both you and your son will be destroyed. The Chen family is a pharmaceutical family. We can never win in battle against him. But if you intend to conquer us by force, I will never accept it. Kill me if you must, cut me down if you will." Chu Fan smiled and said, "Oh? So you do have some spirit after all." Chunfa cried out, "Dad, how ruthless you are!" The ancestor also shouted, "Useless descendant! Even if I die, I won't forgive you." But at that moment, Chu Fan suddenly struck them both. They fell heavily to the ground. Whether dead or alive was unclear. Chunfa's father screamed, "To force me into submission, you even killed them? Damn it! Fine, I submit. That's what you wanted, isn't it?" Then, the mother of the Chen family entered. She said, "We used our most precious resources to refine a 4-fold strength healing pill." The pill in her hand was immediately snatched away by Chu Fan. Seeing this, Chunfa's father dropped to his knees, crying, I admit it. Please don't bring more suffering to my family." Chu Fan held the pill in both hands and chanted, "Turn evil into fire, let my hands be the furnace, and my body the vessel of refinement. Enter the Yang's secret orifice, transform death into life. Bring the dead back to life pill." He also used several talismans. Chunfa's father trembled, thinking, "He's refining medicine directly with his body, without a furnace." In our Chen family's 1,000-year history, only one man ever reached this realm. At once, the pill took effect. The two revived, breathing again. "My son, I live! I've come back to life!" Chunfa's father gasped in shock. "So, you didn't kill them to force me after all?" The 3 senior sisters spoke together. "For our junior brother, wiping out the entire Chen family would be nothing more than a game. You submitted, so we'll spare you. But how dare you threaten him with kill or cut?" Then Chu Fan said coldly, "Don't challenge the powerful. The disaster looming over you is nothing less than destruction. You will have the right to speak only when you yourselves become strong." Hearing this, Chunfa's father bowed his head and said, "I understand." Immediately, he declared, "Hear my command. Every member of the Chen family, whether 80 years old or 3 years old, gather in the auditorium. Worship the new master." Soon, the entire Chen family assembled. Chu Fan sat at the front. Chunfa's father shouted, "Bow to the new master." The whole Chen family dropped to their knees and chanted together, "Long live the new family head. 10,000 years, 10,000 times 10,000 years." Miss Hung said, "The Chen family has surrendered. But the Su family still threatens our junior brother." The entire Chen family cried out in unison, "We are ready to share our family head's burdens and resolve his troubles." The scene then shifted to the Su family mansion. The Su family ancestor declared arrogantly, 3 layers of ultra-high-strength defensive shields and thousands of cultivators stand with the Su family. I welcome the storm, let it come. None shall leave alive." But then their shield began to crack. Shocked, the Su ancestor shouted, This green spiritual power, designed to corrode defensive shields? Could it be the Chu family? At that moment, Chu Fan entered with the Chu family at his back. They shouted, "Chu family, surrender quickly! Master Chu Fan, our family head, might yet spare your lives. Know this, the Chu family not only refines medicine, but we are also experts in poisons. If we throw poisonous water bombs inside your shield, you'll be cooked alive like prawns in a steamer." Hearing this, the Chu ancestor roared, "You've become lapdogs of the enemy. Have you no shame, old man?" The Chu ancestor replied, "This is still better than losing everything. A wise man bows to circumstance." "You fool," the Chu ancestor stepped forward and said slyly, "Submit to circumstance? Of course I will. Chu Fan, stand still, I'll bow to you right now." But suddenly he attacked, roaring, "Vicious snake fist! Devour his spiritual power! Die!" Chu Fan countered coldly, "Devour my spiritual power? I'll break your snake fangs." He seized the snake's strike and then attacked with an energy beam. "Villains like you don't deserve to live!" But strangely, his attack had no effect. Chu Fan was shocked. "What is this?" the Chen ancestor explained. "Family head, that beam of light belongs to Lord Shashang, the heavenly destiny black bird. This means the demon lord has attacked Haichang. Whoever is struck by this golden beam must intervene." Meanwhile, the Chu ancestor laughed. "Ha! You cannot kill me. If you touch me, it will mean betraying the human race. When I return, I'll destroy you all." But Chu Fan said coldly, "Do you really think I wouldn't dare to touch you?" And then the Chu family's ancestor starts to enter the portal and turning back says, "The battlefield portal is calling me. Come, you little bastard, if you have the courage." But right then, from behind, Chu Fan attacks him and pierces straight through. Seeing this, the Chu family ancestor is shocked and thinks in his heart, "I was wrong. I should have surrendered to him earlier. Then I wouldn't have met such a death today." And he is finished. Seeing this, the Chu family's supporters start running away, screaming, "Save us! Run! Run!" After killing the Chu family ancestor, Chu Fan says, "Exactly like spraying insecticide on cockroaches. How satisfying." And then Yuning, noticing something on Chu Fan, asks, "Junior brother, what's on you?" Hearing this, he asks, "What?" And just then, an energy beam falls upon him. It is explained, "This is the mark of death." Seeing this, the Chu family's ancestor is shocked and says, "Whoever bears this mark is considered a traitor to Diksha. Kill on sight!" And that mark lands directly on Chu Fan. Immediately, the Chu family ancestor falls to his knees before Chu Fan and pleads, "Family head, escape while you're alive. As long as you live, there is still hope." The three senior sisters surround Chu Fan. Yuning says, "So what if we've become enemies of Diksha? It's no big deal." Then Miss Hungfi says, "I will stay with you. Even if life must be lived torn into pieces, I am ready." Then Miss Jean says, "Fine. At least you still have me." Watching all this, the old man thinks in his heart, these three women are even more ruthless than the family head himself. Chu Fan then says, "The worst case scenario hasn't come yet. Let's go to the battlefield and see." And the four of them set off. Behind them, the old man says, "Farewell, family head." The scene shifts to the battlefield. There, a demon commander is shouting at the humans, "Humans! Are you mice? Why do you hide like rats?" We see several humans hiding, holding guns, spying on the demons. One man says, "Hurry! The enemy confusing 8 trigrams formation is about to collapse. Do it fast." They also say, "Fighting demons inevitably causes demonic chi contamination. If demonic chi isn't purified, the wounds never heal. Only the Chu family's ancestor can purify demonic chi. When will he arrive?" It is explained further. That golden beam of light is the place where Lord Shashang summoned the Chu family ancestor. We just need to hold out until the ancestor arrives. Then the golden light falls, the summoning for the Chu family ancestor. But then the people realize someone has actually killed the Chu family ancestor. They scream, "Without the Chu family ancestor's purification, our fighters will slowly die out. We're doomed." Just then, from the portal, Chu Fan arrives with the 3 senior sisters. Seeing this, the men cry out, "It's him! They killed the Chu family ancestor!" Pointing their guns at Chu Fan, they shout, "Chu Fan, why did you kill the Su family ancestor? He was our last hope." But Chu Fan replies coldly, "Placing your hopes on that filthy man is even worse than trusting me." The three senior sisters step forward and declare, "Whatever the Su family ancestor could do, our junior brother can also do. Don't panic. We've come to save you. I'm a doctor, I can heal you." At that moment, the demon commander spots them. He rushes toward the man holding the gun and says, "Got you. I finally found you." Sensing this, the man shouts, "It's too late. At my signal, everyone attack." He turns back and sees the demon commander has already struck, cutting off one man's leg. The man screams, clutching his leg. The attack surges toward Chu Fan too, but he deflects it. Chu Fan steps forward and declares, "Don't hurt the innocent. Your true opponent is me." Hearing this, the demon snarls, "Arrogant brat." At once, Chu Fan begins chanting, "Eight deities, grant me your divine power. Thunder and lightning, forge my sword's soul." And he strikes with the thunder summoning sword. In response, the demon commander launches a counterattack. Seeing this, one of the men says, "He's fighting the demon to help us." Miss Hungfu shouts to the men, "What are you waiting for? Attack!" And all of them charge at the demons, killing them. Meanwhile, Chu Fan realizes, I can actually absorb demonic energy. And he begins absorbing the demon's energy. On the other side, the demon commander roars, "An opening! You're dead, brat." He strikes at Chu Fan, but the attack doesn't land. Chu Fan dodges easily. The demon commander is shocked. From behind, Chu Fan says, "Humans have a saying, all is fair in war." Hearing this, the demon trembles, turning back. "So you were showing me an opening on purpose." And Chu Fan slices him in half. Miss Wangfu exclaims, "If gods truly exist in this world, then surely he is one of them." After slaying the demon, Chu Fan soars into the sky. The people look up at him and say, "He must be a god sent from heaven to save us. God bless us." They fall to their knees before him. Chu Fan descends. But just then, in the sky, another demon tears open space itself. The people cry out, "Look! Another one! He's even more dangerous than the demon commander." That figure steps through, ripping the space apart. It is revealed, Dragonkin Demon Overlord. Arriving, he makes the battlefield even more tense. And he declares, "Before the Overlord, why are you still standing? Why haven't you bowed yet?" But then Chu Fan said, "Why should I bow before someone I am about to defeat?" At that moment, the demon attacked, sneering, "I did not expect humans to be not only weak but also so full of pretentious pride." He released an energy beam toward Chu Fan and shouted, "Die, ant!" But Chu Fan raised a single hand, stopped the attack, and replied coldly, "Is this the reason why you demons look down on humans?" Then Chu Fan unleashed his technique. Thunder rumbles, lightning strikes, thunder fire ignites, ghosts and gods perish, the demon countered with, "1,000 tribulations cannot destroy this body." Chu Fan added another strike. "All evils cut down by the wind blade." The demon created a shield to block, but Chu Fan shattered it with a thunder strike. The blow landed directly on the demon, shocking him. "My indestructible body, broken?" Chu Fan sneered. "A body that shatters in one strike is perfect for me. Let's end this. My senior sisters have fought for so long, they deserve to rest." He activated his golden sovereign eyes. The demon screamed in fear. You can use lightning techniques? And you even possess the golden sovereign eyes? Who are you?" Chu Fan advanced, attacking fiercely, then seized the demon's horn and said coldly, "Go ask the king of hell." The demon shrieked, "Don't kill me. I will make a pact with you. You can enjoy the 10,000-year lifespan of my dragon race." But Chu Fan replied, "If you had surrendered earlier, none of this would have happened." He dragged the demon at terrifying speed, shouting his technique. All methods returned to silence. His power tore through mountains. When the smoke cleared, only the demon's severed head remained in Chu Fan's hand. The battle was over. Everyone cried out together, "Chu Fan, a true hero! Chu Fan, a true hero!" The Supernatural Bureau members knelt, bowing deeply. "Chu Fan, forgive us for our earlier disrespect. Without doubt you are a hero. Please accept our salute." Chu Fan shook his head. It was nothing. I was only helping. But his 3 senior sisters retorted. Now that the enemy is gone, you suddenly remember to speak fine words? We shed blood and sweat, and yet you take the glory? Don't say such things. Perhaps they thought, this little junior brother must be repaid not with words, but with action. Watching them, one man sighed inwardly. These 3 women are harder to deal with than a storm, he declared. I recorded the entire battle. This will surely clear Chu Fan's name. Together they all said, we are willing to testify for Chu Fan. But just then, Sun Mingji arrived, laughing. So, the Supernatural Bureau squad has been conspiring with a traitor to overthrow the government? The members objected. We know nothing of toppling or conspiracies. We only know he is a good man, Sun Mingji sneered. Protecting a traitor makes you traitors as well. The 3 senior sisters shouted together. We are not afraid of your threats. Sun Mingji glared. Huangfu, think carefully. Every business group that stood against the military vanished overnight. Qinling may be a national medical expert, but I can ensure you never practice medicine again. Nagong Yuning, you side with a traitor? Your father's position will be at risk. Suddenly, Chu Fan struck out lightly at Sun Mingji, just to scare him. Sun Mingji roared. What are you doing? Chu Fan smirked. I thought you'd be strong, but you turned out to be nothing. Damn it! Kill them all! Someone shouted. Chu Fan raised his hand. All right, don't get so excited. I'll go with you. Inside, he thought, I cannot run with the identity of a traitor, or my senior sisters will be implicated. I must use this chance to clear my name. They shackled him in chains. The scene shifted. Yuning ran to her father. Dad, Chu Fan is being framed. If you don't act now, it will be too late. Then the scene shifted to Qinling. She was treating patients, quietly praying for Chu Fan's safety. Another shift, to Miss Wang Jiu's office. She said gravely, all headlines are about Chu Fan's wrongful arrest. The entire nation now knows. Scene shift, Sun Mingji's side, his men reported. Minister, the central government, the business world, and the political world are all asking about Chu Fan. Should we stop? Sun Mingji slammed the table. Everyone tries to stop me from killing him, but I will see him dead. Scene shift, to the Daxia Supreme Defense Department. The 3 senior sisters arrived there, along with Yuning's father. Yuning's father sighed. Even with my abilities, I cannot guarantee saving Chu Fan. At best, I can keep him alive. That is the best outcome. Yuning bowed. Thank you, father. Suddenly, she noticed a car pulling directly into the defense department. Who dares drive straight inside? Who is so important? From the car stepped Dean Lu Yangming of Jixia Academy. Yuning's father was shocked. Jixia Academy, an independent force even above the highest power centers. Their students are the leaders of the future. But why has the dean come here? Another man stepped out of the car. Yuning's father's eyes widened. And who is this man, that the dean himself shows such respect? As the car door opened, Lu Yangming bowed and said, Sir, we have arrived. The man stepped out. It was revealed, Lord Jiashang. Seeing them, Yuning's father spoke in shock. Lord Jiashang, one of the 5 most powerful generals who once saved the nation. He bowed his head in deep respect before Lord Jiashang. Lord Jiashang said calmly, I know why you have come. Return. In this matter, I have my own judgment. Hearing this, Nangong Qin said, Thank you, sir. He left together with Yuning. On the way, Yuning asked, Father, we came to save Chu Fan. Why are we leaving? As for the 2 senior sisters, perhaps Lord Jiashang had spoken to them as well. They both answered in unison. Yes, uncle, her father explained. Do you think Lord Jiashang came here for us? I believe Chu Fan anticipated all this and went to prison of his own will. He killed the Dragonkin demon alone, and yet he was not infected by demonic qi. A priceless talent like him, every faction desires him. Why would anyone want him dead? It was Sun Mingji who ruined everything. From today, Chu Fan and you all may end up living in completely different worlds. Hearing this, the 3 senior sisters fell into confusion. Scene shift, Military Executive Officer's office. Sun Mingji said urgently. Eliminating this little devil is the best way. Before he becomes a disaster, sir, if you sign this extermination order, we can kill him immediately. Why do you hesitate? The military executive officer replied. Pressure is coming from all sides. Would it be right to execute first and report later? But suddenly a firm voice interrupted. Absolutely not. From now on, I will take charge of Chu Fan's case. It was Lord Jiashang. Sun Mingji was shocked. Damn it, even Lord Jiashang is protecting him? But the Su family ancestor's death, and my humiliation, I must have revenge. As long as I get this extermination order signed, I'll kill him instantly, then clear my name later. But Lord Jiashang seized him and declared, Sun Mingji has disobeyed his superiors. Strip him of his position. Imprison him. He was dragged away screaming. Executive officer, save me. Lord Jiashang, give me one more chance. The executive officer asked cautiously. Lord Jiashang, for the sake of a tainted man like Chu Fan, isn't removing his position too extreme? Lord Jiashang's eyes turned sharp. Have you forgotten what happened 20 years ago? Do you want to lose another future chosen one? The officer broke out in cold sweat. Chosen one, Lord Jiashang added. When he passes the test of my Jixia Academy, everything will be clear. Scene shift, Chu Fan. In his cell, Chu Fan thought to himself. Was my guess wrong? Why is everything still so calm? Suddenly, the door to the prison chamber creaked open. Chu Fan was startled. The door, why did it open? Miss Qinling entered, wearing different clothes, striking a slightly seductive pose. Little junior brother, she said softly. Chu Fan blushed. Senior sister Qinling. Qinling, embarrassed, murmured. Don't stare. I lost at rock paper scissors. They forced me to wear these clothes to come and fetch you. As she stepped inside, she lost balance and fell hard with a thud. Getting back up, she said, Little junior brother, your innocence has been proven. Sun Mingji has already been thrown into prison. We are holding a celebration party for you. Chu Fan helped her up. Okay, senior sister. But please stand properly. Taking his hand, Qinling smiled. Come with me. Everyone is waiting for you at the party. Scene shift, party. Chu Fan was surrounded by his 3 senior sisters, enjoying food and laughter. Miss Qin brought him food. Eat more. Prison meals must have been terrible. Miss Huangfu offered him a piece. Here, this one is very tasty. Eating happily, Chu Fan said. Senior sisters, being with you all feels so good. Huangfu licked her lips and teased. Little junior brother, can we stay with you forever? At that moment, Yuning leaned close and asked, Do you not like your senior sisters? Miss Qin joined in. Isn't this your greatest heart's desire? The 3 of them pressed close to him. Suddenly, a mysterious voice echoed. Listen to your heart, and sink into it. Chu Fan stiffened. Who said that? He muttered to himself, Is this really my wish? With a sudden burst, he shoved the 3 sisters away. Everyone was stunned. This how? For years, no one has passed the appetite lust trial. How did this boy succeed? Even Chu Fan himself was confused. What's happening? When he looked again, he was back inside the trial chamber. Was I dreaming just now? From outside, voices called, Little junior brother. Miss Qin and Yuning entered. Qin said, Junior brother, you're free now. Yuning, angry, spat. That traitor Sun Mingji. Chu Fan asked anxiously. Senior sister Huangfu, where is she? The 2 fell silent. Chu Fan demanded. What happened? If you don't tell me, I won't leave this place. Finally, Yuning revealed. Since your video defeating the demon commander went viral, factions everywhere have been fighting to claim you. The Nanyang Lu family threatened, if senior sister Ye Chu doesn't arrange a meeting with you, they will launch a commercial attack against the Huangfu consortium. And Miss Qin also said Ye Chu did not want to trouble you, that's why he took everything upon himself. Now the Huangfu consortium is completely on the verge of collapse. Hearing both senior sisters' words, Chu Fan spoke angrily. Why are so many monsters and demons suddenly appearing? Take me to the Nanyang Lu family. And immediately he was taken to the Lu family palace. There, a man came forward and proudly said, From the Han dynasty till now, we have secretly gathered wealth. Our total assets are at least 10 times greater than the Huangfu consortium. He placed heaps of gold, treasures, and riches before them and then said, To withdraw from the business world, We need a powerful leader. Chu Fan, if you agree, you will become the richest man in Daxia. And with a smile he added, besides, do you really want women to always spend money on you, while you yourself have nothing? Hearing this, Chu Fan stepped forward and said, what you said is right, but I refuse. The man was shocked and asked, why? Chu Fan shouted at him, because I hate threats. And with that, he forcefully threw away all the gold lying in front. Seeing this, the man fell back in shock and screamed, my gold! At that moment, Lord Shashang appeared, clapping his hands, and said, I came to see the Liu family, but I didn't expect to witness such an incredible scene. Seeing him, both senior sisters happily said, little junior brother, this is Lord Shashang, one of the 5 great generals who protect the nation. He holds the highest honor of Daxia. Lord Shang stepped forward and said, I didn't expect you to reject an offer from the Liu family, the #1 consortium. If you don't care for money, would you prefer to come to me? Chu Fan asked directly, what do you want? With a smile, he explained, I want to make you my successor. Chu Fan asked in surprise, why me? Then Lord Shashang pulled out a large cold drink and said, after 100 years, I must hand over my mantle and Daxia's defense to someone. I have been watching you, and you are the most suitable. I will lead you to the power that rules above all. And his voice echoed, power is not only control but also freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of passion. Make power your wings that will carry you higher and farther. Both senior sisters immediately said, little junior brother, say yes. If Master had seen your achievements, he would have been very happy. But Chu Fan, with a faint smile, said, old man? Yes, he would be so happy. And suddenly he split Skolden into 2 pieces and shouted, happy that I cut Skolden in half. Seeing this, both sisters were shocked. Junior brother, why? Then Chu Fan glared at them and said, I almost fell into your trap. But when senior sister Qining mentioned the old man, my eyes were opened. The old man never wanted me to be surrounded by power. So how could senior sister Qining go against him? I already had doubts during the first test. And angrily he said, if I'm not wrong, this is all an illusionary space, right? The one creating the illusions trembled in shock. Can this boy really be so perceptive? Not only did he break the money barrier, he even grasped the flaw of the power barrier and shattered the entire illusion, Lord Shashang said deeply. Fine. After so many tests, in our hearts it is already certain, he is the chosen one, isn't he? As soon as the illusion ended, the 3 senior sisters leapt up together and said, our little junior brother has passed the test. Oh, that's great! Just as expected from our little junior brother. The 3 sisters hugged him tightly, and then Chu Fan said, this feeling just feels right, but what was all this? Then he was told, these illusionary trials were the entrance exams of Xia Academy. You have passed. Now you are a member of Xia Academy. Chu Fan, a little surprised, said, Xia Academy? I never even agreed to anything. Seeing this attitude, Yunning tapped his head and said, silly little junior brother, you must go to Xia Academy. It is so powerful that no one can even touch you, except those at the very top. Miss Hongfu smiled and said, don't worry. Before you miss me, I will come meet you. I saw something about Xia Academy in Master's documents. I believe from there we can uncover the truth about Fengmen Village and your connection to it. Take care when you reach there. Search for the truth and find a way to live beyond 20 years. Hearing this, Chu Fan softly said, Fengmen Village. Xia Academy. The scene shifted to inside Xia Academy. Now Chu Fan had arrived, thinking to himself, with this barrier, outsiders can't come in, and insiders can't go out. This place feels like a prison meant to lock someone up. Just then, a cheerful girl called from behind. Hello Chu Fan, may I call you Brother Chu? I am Xiaoying, your life guidance counselor. Since the dean is busy, I'll take you to your classroom, she began to explain. Human class is for basic education, Earth class for advanced studies, and Heaven class for research and deep learning. The dean has assigned you to Earth class. Chu Fan calmly said. Fine, any class will do. And in his mind he thought, because I didn't come here to study at all. The scene shifted to Earth class. Xiaoying led Chu Fan and said, this will be your classroom. From now on, Brother Chu, you can ask me anything. And then, leaning closer, she whispered softly, Even the most private things, because I am your personal counselor. The other students in the classroom saw this and began whispering. Xiaoying, is this the boy who entered through the dean's back door? Looks like just a pretty boy who only knows how to charm girls. Hearing this, Xiaoying angrily said, Kong-er, what nonsense are you spouting? But Chu Fan stepped forward himself and said, I don't plan on staying here long, so it's better you don't create trouble for yourselves. But that guy shouted, Our ancestors have always been against the Chu family, and today you've come right to our doorstep. Hearing his words, Chu Fan prepared an attack in his hands and said, What do you want? But suddenly, someone else arrived, throwing a whip to stop them. Stop! But Chu Fan, angry, caught the whip in his hand. The one who threw it was Professor He. She said to him, New student, are you trying to create trouble on your very first day? But Chu Fan pulled the whip and dragged her toward himself, gripping her tightly, and said, I'm the one causing trouble?